Hey, this is Adam, and I am back with part 2 of the RankSpy demo series. Now, I gotta be honest here, now this is my first time using the product, and as you can see, they're on version 1.23, and there's no reason to think that there's not going to be updates and iron out, certain issues that may or may not be existent in the software right now. Now, the reason I'm saying that is because I read a product review of RankSpy from a fellow affiliate marketer, and he gave it a very poor review, mostly because of its functionality. I guess he ran into several errors and things just didn't work. I find that hard to believe, knowing the product creator and his reputation for creating solid products, but it is very possible. We do see that in our business. So so now we're going to get our own opinion of it. Is this program going to work as advertised, or am I going to run into these issues as well? Well, here we are. Basically, this is where we're in the program where we get started by adding a new project or checking progress of another project. At any point, there's a button to get help. So this is the video help, takes you to video.rankspy.biz. And as it loads, over here you can see there's a software demo. There are software, there's a first problem, page not found. Let's see if we can get to the software tutorials. Not sure if these are work in progress or what. But as you can see, they do have this video demonstration. Seems like they're still working on the software tutorial. Okay, now, so that's the first thing. So let's begin with adding a new project. We give it a name. I'm going to call this Bloodborne, kind of carried over from the first demo that the first part in this demo series, in which I use Bloodborne as kind of the example keyword. So I'm going to call it Bloodborne. Actually, let's go back and say Bloodborne builds, to be exact. Now I could do the broad Bloodborne term, it would get us more results, but let's see what happens if we set that as our main keyword. So again, my main keyword Bloodborne builds, and it's going to ask for your AdWords account. Now the product reviewer that I read earlier basically said he entered this information and RankSpy said incorrect username and password. Okay, well, let's see if that's on him, or perhaps it is indeed the software. So I'm going to click Next. Now here's one of the really cool things with RankSpy. See, you can basically select any region of the world for these results. So, for example, I could search Canada for the Bloodborne results. I could do us.com. I could do any of these countries, Spain, France, more than I can really go through here. Great Britain. I'm going to do .com. Okay. Still not quite sure what it means by online 42. Maybe that's something that I'm sure it is revealed in the PDF and these videos. But anyways, I'm going to choose .com. Basically, that's the standard, and we're going to add project. So it says, please wait, calculating keywords, submitting data. So let's give it a moment. Okay, so you can see here that our job has been successfully added, but I will mention that it took a good 4 minutes for everything to complete. So don't think if you happen to create a job with RankSpy and it's taking a while, just let it run. Don't think it's frozen. As long as you can see the progress bar moving, even if it seems like it's in an endless loop, it's not. It actually at one point opened up an external window, and I could tell that it was working, so that gave me hope. And then a couple minutes later, it was done. I don't know, maybe it has to do with the keyword that I chose, I'm not sure, but nonetheless, job was successfully added, so we're going to click OK. And now we're back here. So what we want to know is, where did our results go? Let's take a look at project progress. Now, if we click the drop down here, we can see bloodborne builds, and it says 13 of 13. Now if we show results, that brings up 12 auto-suggest items. Okay. Now remember that this is looking at several things. It's looking at, let me show you real quick. The first thing it's going to look at, now I'm going to show you this manually to show you how RankSpy really goes in and helps us save time. But let's start at Google. Now as you can see here, when you start typing in bloodborne builds manually, you will see a few things here: Reddit, PvE, PvP, Arcane. Now look over here. There's the Reddit, there's the PvE, there's the PvP, and there is the Arcane. So, and plus you got additionals as well. So basically this is, instead of us going in and getting this manually, it's doing that for us. Okay, so these are, if we were trying to rank for bloodborne builds, these are suggested keywords based on what can be ranked for viable long-term key phrases off of bloodborne builds. Now remember, bloodborne builds itself is relatively targeted, so that's why we only have 12 results here. So it shows us that. It also goes to YouTube. And when we go to YouTube and type in bloodborne builds, you can see that nothing actually comes down. That's just, it doesn't go deeper than that for this keyword. If we typed in bloodborne, different story, right? But that's why we only have this one item under YouTube. But it does look at YouTube, and I'm going to explain these queries, which are really helpful, in a moment. It also looks at Amazon and eBay. However, nobody sells bloodborne builds on Amazon and eBay. So perhaps, you know, I'll start again with a different keyword in the next demonstration. But since it's not something, a physical item that would be sold, we're only going to get the Google auto-suggest results in YouTube. Next thing, this is where it's important. These three columns here are extremely important for kind of determining whether you have a viable keyword opportunity or not. Okay, looking at bloodborne builds Arcane. Now if you were trying to create a video or a web page for this keyword, chances are you are going to have a very easy opportunity to rank, and here's why. There are 0 results where bloodborne build Arcane is in the title of the web page. Now when I say title, if you go to any, if we just search for bloodborne builds without Arcane, you can see here, this is the, this is the title. This part in blue, that's the web page title. So what this is telling us is that nowhere on Google do we have a title that includes bloodborne builds Arcane in the title. So if you go out and create a video with bloodborne builds Arcane or a webpage bloodborne builds Arcane, you're going to have a very good chance to rank just on that alone. Furthermore, nobody has that in their URL. Now by that I'm referring to the part directly below the title. So for instance, nobody has a URL that looks like this. Bloodborne builds Arcane. Now that's another ranking factor. So if you for example create a WordPress blog post, you give it the title Bloodborne builds Arcane, and then your permalink is going to have that as well. So you're going to have it in title and in URL just like that, which gives you a very good chance of ranking. Same thing goes for YouTube. If you created a YouTube video called Bloodborne Builds Arcane, you're going to have it in title and in URL. Now, in quotes, there is actually one Bloodborne Builds Arcane in quotes. And there it is. If we type it, we can see where it's pulling that one from. There is one website what this is saying is there's one web page on Google, just one, where we have that exact phrase somewhere in the page. Okay, so in the time I took to do those manually is basically pretty much the same time it took me to get all of these results. Okay, and if I was doing a more popular keyword, you would see a whole lot more results. But keep that in mind. So far, I don't know what the other guy was saying. I think this is a very helpful keyword research tool, especially because we're looking at, these are factors that apply to keyword research right now. Now let me elaborate. If we were trying to rank for Blade of Mercy Bloodborne, which is number 8, this would be a lot more difficult to rank for. Why? Because you already have 169 web pages with that phrase in the title. Now, it might be worth a shot because only one of those pages actually have that complete phrase in the URL, but then you have 450 instances of Blade of Mercy Bloodborne in quotations. Okay, as you can see here, we have 438. This one got us a little more, 450, but basically the same. This one here would probably be a great keyword. As a gamer, I just happen to know PvP is a very popular strategy for almost any video game. So everyone likes to search, or for almost every video game, there's a PvP search phrase. So if someone's looking for a PvP build, they're going to type in Bloodborne builds PvP. And you create a video on that, you're going to be the first one to have it in your title and in your URL. So can you see here, we've already just identified a couple opportunities without having to think of these keywords ourselves. Now, in this case, I'm not doing a buyer, really a buyer niche, so it might not be the best example. I was just thinking about Bloodborne at the time. But imagine this had to do with like HD televisions, and you found a keyword here where there's 0 in the title and 0 in the URL. You create a video on that HD TV, link it to your Amazon affiliate underneath the video, and you have an amazing opportunity for profits just like that. Now, if we look at the YouTube results below, Bloodborne builds. Now, the thing about this one is we're getting more results in title, in URL, and in quotes because this is the top level of our keyword. This is the most broad version of it, okay? So that is pretty much how to analyze these results. Now, you have the option whether you would like to export to CSV, which can open in Excel, WordPad, etc. You can also export to text file. If you click one of those, here it is, choose where you would like to save it. Let's do CSV actually. Okay, so I'm going to go in my drive, go down, and into my reviews, RankSpy. I'm going to say Bloodborne builds. I'm going to grab the path so I can open that in Excel. Quickly saves the CSV file. And now we go into Excel. We're going to open it. Yeah, and, sometimes you really have to try a software for yourself because earlier today I read a horrible review about RankSpy saying that nothing really works, but so far today I haven't run into one error. So, sometimes, hey, it could be the user too. RankSpy comes with a very helpful PDF. It comes with videos. Now here's our results in very tidy, very neatly presented. You can open them and analyze them in Excel, and you can play with them from here. So if you wanted, you could auto filter, sort. Now remember, for other keywords, this might be a lot. This list might be much longer. You could sort by. Actually, this has to be rearranged a bit here. So you have ID. This would actually be keyword. Well, let's do this. let's just move this over here. And this is, I'm not sure what that is. Maybe I'll just say type. Okay, and this is keyword, so that looks better, actually. And this is an extra column, so here we've sorted it out. And what you could do is sort by the keyword name, A to Z. You could sort by in title, largest to smallest, and then you have that, which identifies some keyword opportunities here. These would be like the biggest opportunities in terms of low competition. But that's not to say this would not be an opportunity, because you only have one with in URL. So you're looking at the whole pot of data in one what's the word I'm looking for here? And just in one file, in one place, which makes it very convenient. And you're automating this process on top of that. So I can already think of several ways. Every time, for example, that I would want to create a video, what would I do? I would plug in that niche, that keyword, into RankSpy, and the title for my video, especially if I'm doing video silo, and I'm creating like 5 videos on the same topic or something like that, I might choose 5 of these low competition keywords for my video silo, and that would be my title. And that's all thanks to RankSpy Pro that I'm able to do that. Of course, I can, again, you can always do this manually, but we would be here 5 to 10 times longer if that's the route we would want to take. Not only that, but our results would not be as accurate or as comprehensive, I guess is the word I should use, because would you really go through and find 15 individual keywords and run this search part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4, 4 times through for each keyword, log your results in a spreadsheet? Would you really do that even for 10? I mean, think about that. And again, this is a small list, okay? So that's about it for this one. I may come back and show you a more of a buyer keyword. We could do this again with more of a buyer keyword, so you could visualize the benefit of this a little more. But, simple program, simple but powerful program that I would highly recommend. So with that said, I am happy with what I see in this product. Definitely something I'm going to use for my own campaigns. Tackles keyword research from a different angle. And here's the thing. Below this video, you're going to see a link to my RankSpy product review. Now, on that page, I'm also giving away additional bonuses to anyone that purchases RankSpy through my review page. Let me show you these bonuses actually real quick before we go, because I have to make a point. So if we go to mecanto.com, that's my website. On any review page, you will see my full list of bonuses, but you can also go directly to my bonus page to see what I'm offering right now. And over here, what you can see is that these are the default bonuses. Whenever you buy a product through my review page, you're going to get all of these products. But I realize that people might not like some of them. You might not like one or all of them. So I give you the opportunity to substitute any products from my list that you don't like with other products from my master list, which includes hundreds of internet marketing products to choose from. I'm the only product reviewer that's offering that kind of service. So 3 easy steps to claim your bonuses. So I mean, you really can't go wrong. If you're still on the fence about RankSpy itself for any reason, rest assured there is a money-back guarantee policy with no questions asked. So that's about it. I want to thank you for staying with me today and watching this video, and I definitely invite you to subscribe to my YouTube channel that has more product demos on a weekly basis. All right, have a great day.